KC's Audio Vault.
Joe, Brandon, and Zach from Rise Against.
December 5th, 2008, Part 1. We have Rise Against in studio for the 6 o'clock Rock Report takeover. You guys have did you bring your rock news?
Yes.
What's our top story?
It's snowing.
It's Winnipeg.
It's weather. We're going to start with weather. It's cold.
Well, you got the show tonight down at the MTS Center. Sage Francis opening up, and you got Thursday, and you guys get on stage just before 10, it looks like.
Yep.
And it was very nice you guys could come down and let people hang out. We got a bunch of listeners here, and they had come by to drop off stuff for our charity, which is Hunger for Hope. So baby formula, baby food, diapers, that kind of thing, just to help out the kids in Winnipeg, that kind of thing. So appreciate putting your name to it and everyone else that came and dropped off the stuff. Yes, a quick... We need to prove that there's people actually here, that this isn't just the magic of radio.
There's thousands of people here at the studio.
It's packed. And speaking of charities, you guys always seem to have that on the mind, very politically charged type of band. Is there anything recently that you've got your hands into?
Been doing this food drive. Our last tour and this tour, we've been doing this every show, having kids like bring food, and it's been huge. Like, we're getting boxes and boxes of food and stuff, so it's been really nice.
So we just sort of jumped aboard. It worked very well for both of us then.
Yep.
It's been great.
Which way were you guys coming across Canada? Where'd you come from?
We came from the west. Yeah.
So now you're finally getting to see some snow, a little...
Yeah. Yeah, the first couple of days was kind of warm, which was odd for winter in Canada, but...
I couldn't wait for all this.
We were like, God, we just want ice. We want snow, frostbite.
It's worth mentioning my friend Zach here is a big snowboarder.
I am.
Yeah?
I'm a pro back in the States.
Yeah, he was pro.
Really?
Back in Austin, Texas.
Yeah. I'm from I live in Texas. I hate snow. I can't. It's like a vampire to a cross or garlic or something. I just can't stand it. Do
you have a reasonable parka? Some kind of jacket?
I do. I didn't buy it myself. Tim, our singer, had to give it to me. I just didn't own one because there is no winter where I come from.
Back
home.
And I guess Tim resting his voice tonight. Maybe we should make mention that he's actually not here. We got three other guys.
Yes. Right. He's back at the venue resting the vocal cords.
We have a very sad-looking empty chair across from me.
Yeah.
We should have put a cardboard cutout there.
Cold weather's...
Well, let's play one of your tunes. It's Rise Against tonight down at the MTS Center. Prayer of the Refugee on the Rock Report, Winnipeg's Best Rock, Power 97. It's Rise Against, Prayer of the Refugee on the 6 o'clock Rock Report. Winnipeg's Best Rock is Power 97. The guys are in studio. They play tonight at the MTS Center. They're doing a takeover. They're going to play some tunes in a bit, but we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Welcome back to the Rock Report. Rise Against. We got 3 out of the 4. Say hello. Actually, we didn't really do an introduction off the top. Maybe name.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
I'm Joe. I try to play the bass.
I'm Zach. I play guitar, and I'm a Capricorn.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to play some tunes that you guys picked, but since it is the Rock Report, I do have a few news stories, if that's all right.
Let's hear it.
Oh, Neil Young is insisting that the big 3 car manufacturers in North America, be Ford, Chrysler, and GM, get their heads out of the proverbial sand and adapt to changing times.
I think he's right.
We've got some nodding heads.
They're looking for handouts.
Yeah.
But they needed to change with the times, and they didn't.
In a lengthy piece released through his publicist, Neil proposed a way to save a major automobile company. Quote, "We need forward-looking people who are not restricted to the existing culture in Detroit. We can no longer afford to continue down Detroit's old road. The people have spoken. They do not want gas guzzlers, although they still like big cars and trucks."
I just read the new Rolling Stone. He converted an old late model 50 Chevy into an electric car, his own. And he spent a lot of money doing it, but he just wanted to prove that it could be done even on something like that outdated or whatever.
That's what he's proposing here. He says the big 3 must reduce their output to a sedan, sports car, large family sedan, SUV, and truck. He said the new vehicles would be called transition rollers and could be built now, with the large car manufacturers avoiding the massive layoffs that are pretty much imminent. He's so devoted to the idea that he created his own initiative, kind of like what you were saying. It's a company called Link Volt Technology. They refurbish current cars to run on cleaner gas and other means of energy, including electric engines.
And he's Canadian.
Now, you guys, when you tour, you keep an eye out for the carbon footprint kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
What sort of initiatives are you guys involved in?
I think one of the biggest ones is low energy lighting, LED lights. So it's definitely uses less energy, but has the same, effect visually. That's one of the ways, Zach.
I mean, it's hard from night to night to do things with, certain companies like Seventh Generation, or that was something that Joe's been trying to get going with our backstage rider and things where, we using recycled, even recycled hand towels, things like that. It's hard to get everybody to abide by that, but we do as much as we can.
Yeah, in the future we're going to attempt to do a bus that uses alternative fuel, which is hard to do, especially because there's nowhere to fill it up.
Yeah.
But, and then there's just recycling too, like basic everyday, trying to recycle stuff on tour. So.
Yeah, we were talking about getting a bus with a flux capacitor so we can travel back in time and in the future.
If we had a bad show, we could go play it again.
Yeah.
I know that we could pretty much get the whole tour done in one day.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
we'd be tired. But
and this would be running off garbage as opposed to the plutonium.
You don't need plutonium. It definitely runs on garbage.
Yeah, business with the Libyans. It's kind of
it didn't end well for Doc.
No.
it didn't.
Although
Kinda
he
shady,
actually came back, in the end.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
it's true.
And then there was the third Back to the Future where just everything went.
That really fell apart.
Yeah.
Everybody involved
Got
in that.
weird.
Well, I was hoping we could segue into a Fugazi song that you wanted to play, but I really don't know how we can go.
Here's
from Back to the
Fugazi.
Future 3 to Burning 2.
I like to say, speaking of Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox, Canadian.
He was Canadian.
It's true.
He is Canadian.
He still is.
He still is. That's right.
He was. He used to be Canadian. Weird.
A lot of secret Canadians.
I know how we can segue. Michael J. Fox was the original bass player of Fugazi. This next song is Fugazi.
All right, on the Rock Report, Winnipeg's best rock, Power 97.
All the interviews you want on iTunes and at power97.com.
Casey's Audio Vault.
Casey Norman is Power 97's music director and can be heard every weekday from 2 till 6 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Power 97 is Winnipeg's best rock.